If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Davis now to return it. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go, you tighten up. Back, middle.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 32. 70.
To throw again. Stafford. Caught on the left side by Ginn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Throwing again is Stafford. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Stafford. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3 and
not have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Escaping the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 13. Check 13. 56 of Mike. Sunday.
To throw, it's Wentz. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Done. 180. Check 56. Forward, Tokyo.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking in zone for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Throwing is Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Wide, get wide. 32.
From the gun, Stafford. Smith catches left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Check 9.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Tevin Coleman, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Wentz now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 38, Wentz buying time to his left. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now Johnson, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And Green with a catch left side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Ready? Go 20!
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in, enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, middle. Pin.
On first down, Stafford here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Wentz now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Wentz going to throw. Flushed out right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Coleman now. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Rush in. X3. 218. Top.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Calvin Ridley taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Parkey with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes is quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They give to Johnson going right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now Wentz. He completes it to Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, He just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Steps away to his left, and that is incomplete here. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Wentz now to throw. Looking end zone for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Iowa, Amani Hooker.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Parkey adds the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Wentz to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. The 30. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Julio Jones. 81 yards. And the Eagles get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. As it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They go to Johnson again. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280. Watch the run, watch the run. 82, 82.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo. 51.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down.
At the 18-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 57, 57.
Now Wentz again. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route, whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. And Ginn's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Ready. 180. Check. Watch 54. I'm on.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And it's third down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tevin Coleman with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, now thrown with Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Flush to his right, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Wentz to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll run it with Coleman. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's been a long day for you.
To throw is Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Let's make these babies cry. Kill. Hey, exit.
51, Mike 51.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Danielle Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
5-9.
Now Wentz. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9.